lane on the current map.
Go
they're
top left.
playing
I don't want
with
to block the
Cutler
mini
on
map. The mini
and
map's
then
very
switch that
important for you
default up,
guys.
and you'll usually see GMD and Sean being quite a big cooperation couple there to be the one pushing forward, with Quinn looking for a side take and Mikhail also offering a bit of that initiation with his darts. So it'll be interesting to see how Gen.G gets in here. Their defensive side on
I gotta
hand
lower
is
it.
their
I don't want to
strong
block the
point.
camera
That's where
or
we
the
see them
mini map.
racking up wins. I believe they have
Right there.
about 75% win rate on rounds for defensive side.
That's
so
the spot.
picking up a lot here on attack
That's the
is
spot.
really going to benefit them. They need them.
Yeah, and interestingly, you know, something to note as far as the Gen.G attack is concerned is sort of their default tendencies. You know, I mentioned this previously.
There's no audio.
Definitely data on
There's
them,
no audio.
But maybe no time to go into that, Riv, because we are straight into the pistol right now.
He
And
got
we'll already
digged.
see a very fast
Okay, we're
coming in
back.
from Gen.G with the spike going down on the A side.
Envy with 3 coming into the site. Gen.G just plows right through that one. We're going to be seeing if they can retake here. FNS looking to come around from behind, as you would expect. The Cypher doing a bit of the lurk, but again, he takes him down. Crashies trades it out, but who gets the retribution? Trying to get the ghost. Getting a little greedy there for a few more guns. And he's going to get himself taken out, but it seems like it's just going to be a quick take on.
I'm not a fan of these little things above people's heads. It's very distracting when there's a lot of people in a site. I don't know if that's intended or it's supposed to be only for buy round, buy phase or whatever.
You want to see the underdogs doing a good job in how they start things off. And one thing, obviously, I mean, it's not as bad as it was. We did have a really crazy meta for a while when the Stinger was, you know, a bit less expensive, a bit more consistent.
This is going to be an easy round for Gen.G. The classics, they ain't going to lose to classics. No way.
It caused a lot of issues to stabilize after taking a pistol, but it seems like teams are doing a better job in playing these anti-ecos.
See that? I don't like that. I don't like all that. Get rid of all that. Get rid of it. I can't see anything.
Set the expectation as to how they want to default and how they want to, you know, put presence on the map at this early timing in the round.
All right, where do they go from here? So spikes dropped. You can tell this is going to be a slow one for now. And I like the fact that they're hard.
Hopefully they remove it.
On this one, they really
I don't think it's a good idea to have it. You can have it during buy round, but not during the round.
People going bulldog sometimes if they're operators, and they carry that into the next few. But here, just a few specters.
Yeah, this round's over. It's fine. It's an eco.
He's feeling like the retakes
are fine.
How they play these ones on the saves. And it's a slow walk in. Gen.G feeling comfortable in these first few as they should. Shouldn't have too much trouble.
Yeah, looking pretty good so far. Just one kill there, going Envy's way. So Gen.G able to maintain most of their economy, and a nice little flank there from Sean. Haven't spoken too much about Sean just yet. Obviously, someone I think that, you know, his gameplay is gonna force us to make him a talking point, I would imagine, given how, you know, skilled he is. But enough about that. We'll have the first buy round coming through, Riv, and previously I was mentioning about the defaults of Gen.G. We can expect, you know, more of a mid presence and you know, going into maybe C long pressure as well to like finish rounds around the A site. That might be something that we'll see that's characteristic, but Gen.G will likely also want to mix things up. So this is the round to start to set.
Who are you rooting for? I mean, this match, I want Envy to win in this match. Big brain. FNS. Rank 14. Wait, never mind.
They want to pull it again, trying to get that straight in. Paranoia stops Quinn in his
holy sh! He's just in there, dude. Oh my god.
For himself as Caboose answers as well, and the aggression seems to sting Gen.G a little bit this round.
The B plow on a, I like that actually. The B plow on a bonus, I like that.
As we take a look on the map, looks like a great
ooh, food.
That's a double, that's a triple for food, and that's gonna be the round as Envy put themselves on the board.
Yeah, really well played there by Gen.G initially.
That was a bonus. I actually like that strat though.
When you look at it a bit
I like the
closely,
strat of taking B on a bonus.
You know, giving up sort of some of that mid presence and that mid.
More often than not, you don't want to go B on this map.
Retakeable, so you're not as worried about that. And because there was no defaulting, there was no presence or work done by
now he's got his ult, dude.
Gen.G towards the A lobby side of things. We
ult
see
on a gun round.
There's so much space for free for food to get a very quick flank, and we saw how dangerous that was. His teammates couldn't help him. They were dealing with the retake from two other sides of their own. It's just chaos. So I would expect Gen.G to slow things down in some of the future rounds, but we're back into it. Looks like they want to go for some A lobby pressure to begin with. It actually looks like they are looking to send it on A, actually.
You have the Phoenix ultimate on defense.
Ooh,
able to
two
make that work
ults.
after an amazing
Please,
round.
please
Really
use
able to
your
shut
ults
down
on this
the
round,
drag of the
Envy.
Bladestorm
It is so crucial to
coming
win
from
this
Win.
round.
They're going to work A again. They worked for him the first few
Don't
rounds.
save it.
I think they feel comfortable with the angles.
Use
as
it this
they
round,
move in.
please.
The cover for Cypher's traps on the back are great. And it's a full retake here from Envy. They feel that once again. We'll see if they can use their util to get back in here. Full retakes, I feel like, have a little bit of a benefit to them. Yes, you have to work against the spike. That's the truth. But I feel like there's better return on your utility where you're going to fire towards the corner. There's more likely to be a person, and around that corner,
You're
it's going
aiming
to be
so low.
Quinn, and they lose a lot of that utility to get from Sova to get back into the site. It's almost imperative for a Haven A take.
That's one ult down.
Yeah, you're totally right. That was such a valuable pick and some great space. Now you can see that Envy really very concerned about this.
That's another ult down.
Takes them some extra time.
Yeah, not good.
Gen.G looking
just save,
good on the defense
just save.
so far. And Envy,
forget this round. You're not winning
looking
it.
to back away here. They've lost a lot. They haven't really gained much for it, and so they have to call it. The save is there, and looks like they should be able to get away with all of these rifles. And Gen.G, they've done a good job here. And,
crosshair placement.
This was all about the retake, just like you said.
9 out of 10.
Envy realized what was possible. They kind of set
Needs
up
to be a
for
10,
it.
always.
They had the ability to have all of that utility early on. I think this is one point that we should make clear to people as well, is that when a team plays really fast into a site, if you as the defenders do just give it up and play retake, you have full utility at that point in the round. Nothing's been expended, so that usually will help massively on your chances for a retake.
Yeah, it's okay to take it slow. Just the added pressure feels good once you realize maybe they saw me, but now they have to worry about me. They know I'm here and my team has an advantage to maybe get around the backside. We're starting off Food and Win on the top for both of their teams. We've seen the ultimates already from them as everybody's coming up and has them on deck. We'll see if the alt orb plays are coming to be. It looks like there might be one here for the side of Gen.G as they make their way towards long. Two of them working towards long C. Looks like this is going to be the first time towards
I think he
the
wasted
C site
his dash.
We'll see how they play it.
Super fast round yet again. Really fast pacing coming from Gen.G. And this time, Envy with more of a defense, trying to actually hold on to the backside of the side, behind the cage, behind the dark cover. It's working out so far. mummAy able to hold on to position. Now they're able to maybe push position. There's no space for the spike to get planted. They have to fight their way out of this one. Mikhail is going to do just that, but not for too much longer.
Good hold.
kaboose and crashies still on the site, and they'll be able to lock things down. So, really good defense from Envy. They were not giving up the side for free this time, and it worked out. Does Gen.G slow it down now? They've had really fast rounds. This would be maybe a timing on the next spy to go for a slower play.
I think it's a great call because you saw how fast you have Envy rotating around. Kaboose gets there, blast packing over the trap at the backside of C that Cypher had set up, and wait for that. Why not? Look for them to be always pushing forward, and you can take them out here again. I mean, we know Envy for doing that, right? They don't really have a defensive side. They just have offense. If they have blast packs as well, you'll see them going forward.
Oh, no.
Here, it's going to be a little bit onto B. Sean gets spammed down, or Sean spams mummAy down, rather.
Why?
Crashies trades one back onto Win. It looks like B may be a touch-and-go thing here for Gen.G, as they just want to get the
I don't think it's going to work for Gen.G, dude.
These sites are open, and I'm sure GMD is making that call right now.
Oh.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I think that
if Gen.G goes back,
so far, using the drone to get that mid-round
information. This fight is so important.
Long position. Actually, I don't think they spotted anything, and there's that look you were talking about from GMD creeping up.
They don't know where they're going
as well. And now it's going to be he's going to be able to get himself using the alt TP all the way.
I didn't expect it to go down that way.
In terms of a position,
they were so confused.
Gen.G have completely outplayed Envy because of that lurk from GMD. That really created a lot of issues, and we saw that Gen.G capitalized on some of that conditioning already. We saw, once again, that really fast pace. They were putting a lot of pressure towards B. So the sense of urgency is huge because you're expecting them to actually go for it. So that pulls a huge defender rotation, which allows GMD to creep up into C. Then you're wondering, okay, they're resetting, but what are they doing?
They need to get rid of this stuff above everyone's head.
It's
not.
They thought they were going to hit B, and then that gives the whole map for Gen.G to play with. So that's Gen.G's default and kind of attacking strategy. It's working out so far.
It's not ready yet. The system isn't ready yet.
Honestly, against Envy, when you know they're going to be aggressive, why not get them off their first angle or how hard they're pushing? Make them think a little bit different, because once they feel like they're in control, Envy will take over the game. So I love what you're saying. Gen.G's kind of trying to scatter Envy at the beginning of the round, and it's been working so far as we get around 7-4 to 2 here. Buys on both sides and this is going to be a second round loss if it comes in for Envy. So they're going to look at 1,400.
They just need to make it bigger, or sorry, smaller.
They have now. So
they need to make it smaller,
really
and then they need to make it so
that
that
go to this one, maybe with light armor.
Have a smarter system, so when there's like 4 or
so
when there's
could be
2,
starting to get tight with economy.
Let's say 3. When there's 3 or more, they don't show it because they don't want the overlap.
Looking forward to seeing what Envy will try to do to adjust. Some early presence, just farming that ult orb there.
It's gone.
Really important.
Let's go.
Sean, get the run it back.
Let's go.
Such a
It's gone.
ultimate. One of the most valuable ultimates. A 6 charger as well, so you can get it up pretty quickly.
We can see again.
This A lobby control is really important because this is an area that Envy could be pushing because they're expecting so much mid and C presence early in their timings. It's important that Gen.G keep Envy honest and don't allow them to just push that for free, which they're doing a good job of so far. So right now,
that is so much easier to see what's going on. Oh my god!
Looks like more B pressure, but now they're finally walking A again. So really keeping things confusing as far as Envy are concerned.
Revealing area.
Slow play, just trying to get a quick reveal. Doesn't look like that'll tag anybody necessary. Sean's able to stay safe, and the A work is going to happen here. It's just about committing right now.
A little quick.
Food goes for a quick peek. 2 ults ready here for Gen.G if they want to activate right close to the site. Its spike is down. They have a huge advantage with the Hunter's Fury. And the first few shots have to count. There it is. They use it right away to cause the chaos. Both ultimates snapped at the same moment to cause Envy to think twice, and it works. 5v3 here. It's a retake if they want it.
You have to credit Gen.G for playing a really good attacking side so far. Again, we saw them setting the default, setting the early timings of the round, where they're going to be. Then we saw them creating
another
this
save,
dude.
dude.
Slow it down just enough.
Another save.
Kind of scared because Envy want to push the extremities, but they
can't. They can't do anything else. They can't go for that. You can't. You can't go for a 3v5.
Gen.G is slowing things down, so they're going to catch that, and so then they're keeping Envy in this position where they've lost information and they can't get it back, and without a huge risk. So and then now they're playing Gen.G just following up by playing the positional game super well, and they're winning on positioning. That's perfect if you're an attacking team because you're not relying on just mechanical fights.
Yeah.
And so now Envy, they've got to do something here. They've got to get aggressive to try to just.
Oh, they still lost their guns. Ouch.
And that's gonna put a hurting on the money. We did see one person over there on the side of Envy with quite a bit of cash. You can see the Spectres coming out. We expected this to be a round that was gonna be hurting for money. mummAy was saving up. mummAy's usually a guy that'll buy a Bulldog, hold that forever. And Bulldog to Operator is something you'll see commonly. I love that combination. It feels like a very similar peaking pattern. Peek, get out, peek, get out. And the transition right there, if you need to drop to somebody or buy next round, just works out really well. You feel set up for it. He's going to try here from lower to see if that calibration is ready for himself.
I love this too. Just putting the Operator on a position like A short. Also with Omen, you can see he's playing an angle where you can TP out. This obviously Jet can do the same thing.
No.
Reyna actually has to kill and dismiss, and there's Kaboose around the corner using the showstopper, trying to find ways.
They don't know this guy's
opping.
opping.
This sense of urgency for Envy to try to take control of something early on and just put the aggression on, and they're trying to do it around A lobby. This is the response. Gen.G realize that there's so many players that are going to push B. Great defensive shot coming through from crashies.
Oh, the Bucky!
For long enough.
Hide crash.
The Bucky looking.
He got
some
spammed.
fun, and the Bucky's
not his fault.
good enough this time. GMD to take him down, and it's looking rather grim. His Gen.G, they've got so much to
What
work
HP?
with. Just splitting off onto the C side, keeping
His
him on
health
their
is so
toes.
low.
And now it's
I think his health is literally 1.
Off the plant scenario for Gen.G.
Imagine if that's a Phantom and not a Spectre off of being forced into somewhat of a half eco round. It's, oh, that shot there. You just feel jaded by the gun when you see that large spark come off his head, but that still means he's low. Doesn't matter. mummAy's going to overkill on that one with the Operator. And Kaboose, he's going in. He's got a blast pack. Blast pack with the Bucky. He's feeling confident right now. You can absolutely make a play here. Maybe right into the window. A little bit of noise. Oh, the Trickster gets him.
Oh.
GMD goes down. Win trades back onto mummAy, and it's just going to be a back
Don't
and
peek.
forth
Don't
here.
peek.
Taunt him out. Half defuse. Pros don't fake. Pros don't fake.
Nice.
Oh, he has to get off knowing the peaks are coming in from Win. Turns his head as Caboose tries to duck, but Win hits the brim of his cap and knocks it all off together. There it is, 6-2 now. I said that this was going to be a tough map for Envy, but also that Gen.G usually grabs most of the rounds on defense. So this one seems all but wrapped up if they play to their statistics.
Yeah, it's such a great attacking half. I can't really stress it enough. They're just doing such a good job controlling the information game. And then that allows them to win the positioning game. And then when they're making these moves on the fly, when these kills are getting traded, they're just making good decisions as a team. And we saw Envy trying to invest a lot on A lobby last round to get the initiative early working in their favor, but that didn't work out either. And so now they're kind of struggling to get the early Hunter's Fury there from crashies. It's a great angle. Able to punish, and we can see that there's a reaction from Gen.G trying to charge into the C.
They're in a good position to win this round.
Defend there as well. And now finally, Envy
hopefully it stays that way.
Of these early exchanges, having to use an ultimate for it, but still 3 versus 5 for Gen.G, and they got to try to work the positions that they have here, Riv.
What an interesting round. Envy is staying on their own side.
Let's get a flawless round, please.
I've seen this before. That's working out for them, though. They're letting Gen.G come to them. One of the benefits of being on the defending side, and Envy definitely do a little bit of a paradigm shift here in how they consider the approach. A little damage over. No, Kusa doesn't take anything on that. He will have a good bit of utility. 45 seconds left. Feels like the world if you know what you're doing. He has a lot of time. One to the right. Grabs a bit of info. But they just surround him from everywhere. 3 for crashies there. Envy's starting to feel good as they pull back. You got to be careful around these rounds when everybody starts getting their ultimates ready. They start stringing those together between teammates from round to round. It starts to really change how the game is flowing.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to see that, you know, we'll see a play from Food here with a run it back, maybe some kind of a setup towards a lobby to try to once again take that early control. And actually looks like he's gone back towards mid, which makes a lot of sense given the fact that Gen.G's defaults
they're just going 5A,
early timing,
quick,
heavy presence around the
middle judge with the dash,
and then they go back to A later on. But they're mixing things up a lot here on Envy, really keeping them guessing, charging towards this A site, and Finesse is sitting in the cage.
What the? Oh, he had daggers.
Was actually going to whip the right click, allowing Finesse to survive for longer.
Push mid already.
They can't deal with his position. They're stuck right now. They can't gain
ground. Oh my god, they got owned, dude.
Very well.
Holy!
What?
Just like that. Open and shut.
That was just a read and a half. There were 3 mid to start. Instant transfer over to A once nothing was seen. And the team collapsed. You saw Kaboose into the window 5 seconds into the round, blowing up the cipher gate on the back. You had the call into sight because all the action was there. And if it didn't happen right away, Kaboose was... he was there on the end, being the caboose, as he should be. Everybody you can see participating on the scoreboard there for Envy around the board.
They're doing a mid control.
This game back into their hands. And again,
it's going to be a brawl.
That little bit of a push, Dan.
Oh my god.
And there you go. It's going to work out beautifully well for Envy. You know that at these early timings of the round, it's
just owned them, dude.
Gen.G players. I'm liking that Envy have the confidence to make some plays.
So clean. They didn't even take any damage.
Coordinate around their,
it took no damage.
Utility to do so.
Yeah.
And Gen.G,
we saw none of it, by the way.
The spike is
That's okay.
Down in grass. It's in no man's land. There's no real way to recover that without hitting some crazy shots. Cruz is going to work on that, but he's only good for the one right now. And GMD, all he can really do here is do some extra damage to the economy of Envy, but he won't be able to accomplish that. Again, this is
they should be able to buy, but barely, right? Their money should be a little iffy.
Great job playing the information and position game.
What's their money?
Then
what's their cash money?
Having enough of that, using their confidence, and just tackling things.
That's a bit.
At the start of the round.
That's definitely a barely buy.
And how is the last round played? 3 strong towards A here. Nothing on B this time. So it looks like they actually are gonna get a flash down curveball towards long C. Maybe a quick push down. You see a cipher trap on the site in a few spots. It feels like a retake. And Spike's getting work for Gen.G towards that mid area. So it seems like it's just a slow default round for them. They won't
Back
decide
to the
push.
basics.
Yep. There's the Hunter's Fury.
Dude, they're going into B again? I hate this. But it's gonna work.
Oh dear. Able to get that one. Sean, great entry from him. The run it back popped immediately straight towards C link.
Maybe not.
Will get dropped, but there is control towards A link here for Gen.G. That's really important, getting extra post-spawn control here on the site. Trace coming through as Envy force the issue. Looking to try to find a way onto that B site. It's not happening just yet. And again, they're having to deal with these forward positions. But Win here just waiting. White Ailing is wasting so much time, and he's still alive. That's allowing so many individual fights to go the way of Gen.G here.
And they're just picking them apart. They're not. There's too many angles for Envy to look at here in these rounds that Gen.G starts to get a hold of. Into the site comes FNS and one more. That's food. They're going to be able to drop the 2. It's now a very big possibility they get this round. The defuse now to 90%, and that's the lock-in for a 6-6 first half.
That's why you don't go B.
What a great game we have right off the bat here.
B is deceiving. B is deceiving. It's very, very easy to walk in, but once you're in, it's a whole different game once you're inside.
In terms of the attacking side of Gen.G, yet still they struggle, and it's just because of Gen walking into this game with just quality, just confidence and quality. They've clearly done their work, and they've gotten off to a great start. And like you said, Gen.G on that defensive side, they've got a lot to say for themselves. So with a start like this, 6-6, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Not at all. Not at all. We'll see if their defensive stats stand true here for Gen.G. They can grab their first map that they picked themselves. And coming from attacker side, this feels pretty good here. We start things off.
This ghost is sick. Look at the skin.
Down towards long. He'll call that out, and it does look like there's a bit of a push already here for Hwin. Why not? Being the Jet, you want to try to cause chaos right away, and they'll see him. So he can create the pressure.
Yeah, you got to give this, buddy. You got to give. Run.
A little bit of pressure as the team sets up a little more utility. So drawing some nice time to stall out Envy to start here from Hwin's push.
No.
A little poking and prodding, sending out the feelers, but it looks like finally Envy looking to gain some more control here. Gen.G though, moving straight forward into the fight. They do not care. They want to win it in Garage, but it's going to be even trades more or less. Gen.G are a man down in crashies. Has found his way to the
crashies, no!
Oh, he's given his position away. That's an opportunity for win. One that will not be seen through to the end.
He accidentally clicked his gun.
Envy, they're going to see it through to the end.
Or his mouse, rather.
Picking up the pistol just as Gen.G did in the first half, and it's going to be interesting to see a different look on this attacker default from Envy, because they don't play the same style of that Gen.G do.
Nope. I mean, you saw them right in the site there. They're like, oh, gain more ground. That's what we want to do. Already pushing through, back a site, going to spawn from C. Yeah, they want to get in your face immediately. Obviously, buys for them. We'll see what Gen.G decides to do. We have seen teams going for the buy just with the way you can econ the first few rounds if you're feeling comfortable with possible
Justin's
light
on?
armor.
Let me get in Discord real
your
quick.
first gun buy, but they go straight eco, stack on C.
What's up, dude?
Straight into the action once
That's
again.
a gun?
Just charging down. Oh my god, that's scary. Everyone from Gen.G.
Did you just wake up, or did you have your hair appointment?
And well, that's a free A.
No, I just woke up, dude.
You skipped it?
Yeah. No, I said it was a 3, doggy.
Right moving in a pack.
Shit.
Love to see that camera pulled back so they can get into sight as
I mean, we got a close game here.
The dart was used to get down
real close.
That gun in a death ball could be very useful. A bit of a rotation. You're still going to have Sova come from the other side so they can get an efficient dart down into the site when necessary. Shots getting fired here. Food cleans up too. 20 HP, finds a third one. His second 3K coming up quick in this match.
Knife him.
Just a troll from FNS as he's creeping up on Mikhail there. They get another round for themselves. 8-6 as Envy takes the lead and some expected rounds after pistol. And see if it happens here again. That was a full save for Gen.G, so they're coming out.
You hear the news? Tenzo's on Sentinel.
Round of second half.
I know. I just saw it.
And it's a scary prospect too. Food's the guy picking up a lot of the anti-eco kills, and that's going to have his
definitely just filling
immediately against the first gun round of Gen.G on the defense. So Gen.G are in somewhat of a scary position here. They know they're up against this bonus round. There's a lot of Spectres in play. There's a run it back in play, so they've got to be thinking to themselves, what do we think is most likely?
So the map format's a little different. It's each team picks a map, and then the third map is determined by the tournament organizer. They pick it. The TO picks third map.
Not messing around. There's the run it back. Great paranoia. That's going to deal with that, and it allows GMD to keep position.
He got bot?
To maintain that backside.
He got bot from C9. I didn't even know he was still on C9, to be honest. I thought he was already off.
Bro, they probably paid so much money for him. Oh my god.
Figure out where the stragglers could be trying to come from here on the flank. You see going straight.
Probably a couple hundred thousand.
Envy gets positions covered everywhere. And Gen.G may be losing a little more control than they like here in the game. You know, Envy, the first seed, playing against the 8th, expected to do well this game. But looking at that, what 75% win rate?
Dude, Envy is just coming back so clean. Gen.G got 6 rounds. It was 6-2, I think. And just they can't find a round.
We saw aggression in the first half. Envy sat back to Gen.G's and it started to turn a bit. So maybe that's the plan.
Okay, it seems like he's ringing, actually. Sorry.
It's really scary as well when you're playing against
I don't know. Who cares?
bonus rounds, because if they do manage to get...
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows if he got... I don't think anyone knows if he's going to be a permanent player for Sentinels or he's just there to sub in. I don't think anyone really has the answer to that. I personally think he's filling, but who knows?
You can do, and it's...
Envy, dude. This is the team I want to win the whole thing.
Dude, they're clean rounds, man. It was 6-2 at one point, and they're just clean. Tack pause. Gen.G doesn't know what to do.
But other than that,
FNS has that massive brain.
Them having
Galaxy brain from FNS.
See what those win conditions will be as the round progresses, as maybe they find some early opportunities. But Envy, they are one of the most consistent and strong teams in the business, and it's because of the way that they play their attacking side as well as their defensive side. They don't try to take the gambles. They try to work the information and positioning just like Gen.G did so well in the first half.
Do you think esports contracts should be public like other sports?
Up and look at Gen.G's buy here.
Yeah,
they may choose
I think so.
A few more things. It's a little off, but protecting what these vandals will be. You can see they're putting them in the same site. That'll be vandal retake if that is necessary, and it'll be a pretty good one. As obviously he's gonna run out of the site now. Okay, Sean. Thanks, Sean. But yeah, maybe they just want to split up the power, get a first push out here, cover him to get some shots down. Mikhail's gonna be alone in the site as he works this.
Yeah, you can see that they were looking to make a play, Gen.G that is, on the defense with a couple vandals in that mid position. They had the ability to split with the garage players.
Dude, they're
but
just...
You can see Envy are keeping it safe. They're watching for these pushes. They're using the drone, the boombox.
Envy's just clean.
All of their utility to keep everything as safe as possible to prevent their opponents from surprising them. It's up to Gen.G to be creative in a situation like this, and it's Win to replace this position that maybe Envy feel like is clear, but we'll see how diligent they are. Win jumps around the corner looking for kaboose, but kaboose is just a little bit too far away.
I like it. I was kind of hoping they got a lot closer before, like the Vandals surprise was, you know what I mean, shown. They haven't really shown that they do have those Vandals coming in for themselves here, but they are avoiding Gen.G in that buy very accordingly on the side of Envy. Now getting themselves into C site. Showstoppers there if any trouble comes of this round. So it looks like another round here for Envy, and this is that buy for Gen.G.
30 seconds left.
With 2 Vandals on some, and they're just trying to squeak out whatever rounds they can here. They know once Envy gets a stranglehold on the game, it's very hard to get back in.
Yeah, definitely. And it's one of those things too where we saw that Gen.G were calling the shots. They had that good start, and they were able to really capitalize on.
Why even try that, dude? It's not gonna happen.
Conditioning the defense, and that's the same kind of situation that Gen.G are in now. Then they're in this position where
they're just cleaning up, man.
A way to take the initiative, take the game away from Envy's default.
I can't even.
8 straight right now. 8 straight.
It requires some element of fortune and some element.
I think they might just win out. They might just go to the very end here.
Just a great
take this map
individually. And in terms of the ult,
let's go 11 straight. Envy.
Kaboose is sitting on a show.
I haven't watched the match, but
that's kind of a scary prospect.
Clearly, Gen.G has no answer, and that was on the other half too, right?
Which he will be playing for.
Well, it was 6-2 on the other half when they were T-Side.
Then they started. They won the 4 to the half, 6-6, and they won the pistol and kept going.
Yeah, on that garage control.
I'd love to
this
see
op
this
might
round
be the difference, though. Maybe.
Default,
maybe.
Crashies plants. He also gets an ult on top of the showstopper.
Looking like he's going towards B.
And then they are really nicely set to just ground.
Might not have an effect here. Oh, that is just unfortunate. Tusta getting caught in no man's land.
Playing with his food.
Nope, the op's gonna be very hard to retake here.
Yeah.
The op's not. Oh. They should have aggressed with it, in my opinion, but they need to change it up. They can't just play default.
Trying to watch window. GMD takes him down though, feeling comfortable, but now 10 HP.
Oh, they're pitching garage though. This should be good.
Before he makes a move, and mummAy knows that is a very
wait
low
for
GMD
waits for
but
the
he's
next
looking
kill.
the wrong way. Timing occurs, and Dan, this could be a possible retake for.
Oh my, that's. Oh my!
But Kaboose thought to overcommit. He's played it perfectly, and that's
that fell apart so quickly.
Just one man left standing.
GMD had to.
Oh my god!
It's gonna be a tough
he was so low though. I mean, it just sucks.
These, of course, are professional players. They're going to use the clock against him. In fact, Food, he's found his timing. And
one ult.
Food is pretty nuts. That burst entry rip. I mean, sometimes people talk about aim, right? And they're thinking about moving the mouse around. But it's the elements of focus and pre-aim and visualization there that allows Food to not have to move his crosshair.
Kusa got owned right there.
Yeah. He emerges onto the side.
He got tagged.
And
he got paranoid.
He's so fast, his reaction speed, because of how he understands how to like visualize and anticipate and use his experience. So didn't even have to move the mouse.
So good. Just like that hip fire, a little hip fire there. Oh, no, I don't want a curveball. I want the quick kill. I actually thought he threw the curveball at first, so I called that wrong. It just all happened so quick when that gate came up. Food being that fast.
And Envy's just doing a yield default.
Here, we do have that
and he's going to get this one. Yep.
Freebie.
We'll have crashies with that
Freebie.
solo alt now. Kaboose.
So, like, when I said I think Gen.G should push, I don't mean solo walk down. I mean do a coordinated...
Yeah, no, that's no good.
Do a coordinated push somewhere. Get a little aggressive to take A, a little aggressive to take C, do something. But they're just playing standard.
Right there, if Kusa pushed with GMD and baited him because he had a deagle, they get that trade.
Yeah.
They have every info that it's going garage or
nice use of ult.
Things like that
They're definitely ready. They've played the pacing really well. We'll go back to that point in a moment because we can see that Gen.G are trying to
what in the world?
Oh my god.
Very nice dodge from Win.
He got away for a second there.
Yeah, Horn's pugging though.
Control of this mid position. They're able to rotate quickly and they're looking to go for that C side. They understood exactly what Gen.G were doing, and so they know that the C side itself is open. Great play from Kusta though.
This is gonna come so massive though.
Kusta saved this round.
Able to hold onto backside. Key position.
We'll see.
He could.
He didn't win that fight though with the tripwire.
Oh. Still finding a way
run it back, but he's fucked.
In the 1-v1. It's going to be a tough one. But we'll see if he can do it. Oh,
yep.
No,
Kaboose played it smart. Just waited.
Recognize that in time. I was just so hopeful for Sean, but it's not going to be enough, and it's just a clean sweep so far in this half.
It's going up.
Dude, 10 straight rounds.
That was well played by Gen.G, but it didn't matter.
Their money's so... Oh my god. It might be it. 11 straight. Done. New map. Next. Go next.
So 0 out of 6 and 3 out of 7. So not even on deck for Sean and Mikhail.
Jeez.
That
on the Blade Storm here. These ultimates.
This is one of those games that hurts a lot.
And it's a Envy with the Sova ultimate still. So if the plant starts to go down, there's a way to deter that on the side of Envy. Sorry, diffuse rather. And there's a way for Envy to just kind of play that safely.
How many matches are today?
Just 2.
Different pacing from Envy, and also just all walking up towards mid.
I made a mistake, and
really I don't think
I was expecting to watch for 8 hours.
Gen.G, Envy keeping things fresh as they take control of B. They're walking.
What are you looking at, my guy?
He's
looking at the flank. If there was some action for Finesse there on short, but he does lose that position, so they'll settle on the B site. They've got close plant positioning. They're just on the site right now.
Oh.
I mean, they're hitting the shots, so maybe it doesn't matter.
That's it.
11 straight. Go next. 11 straight.